story of today has been pretty much, well, at about 8 o'clock I met James, Ange and Adrian, and we made a little peloton with these big bikes with racks at the back carrying grass. And the idea was that we were going to turn a parking spot into a park for a day.
The idea came out of a film that we saw at the Bike Film Festival last year, where a group who initially came up with the concept were doing this in the US in different cities, and basically it took off and went global the next year, and so we're just trying to bring that concept to Sydney.
I think it's such a poignant kind of swap, because you're replacing this car which kills people, which creates pollution, which makes us lazy, which, you know, gets rid of any, gets rid of our humanity in a way. And you're replacing it with a sociable spot where people come, they chill, they chat, and they enjoy life.
What I see here is a bunch of younger people than myself, a younger generation, taking really constructive action to demonstrate what they believe in, which is people spaces, not car spaces. And they are sitting there in a group, they're a social group, they've got a child, they've got potted plants, potted trees, and their bicycles, their alternative means of transport, and they're having a picnic on the street, on King Street in Newtown. And I think it's a wonderful demonstration of how the space, this public space, could be used other than how we do use it. It's a great example of just sort of inspired thinking and change for better.
I think it's great. Yeah, I live in a country area where owning a car and using a car, we don't have a choice. You feel like you're trapped with using a car. But here in Sydney, I can't see why we need cars in a place like this, you know.
I think one day, just imagine the world if we all just rode bikes around, there wouldn't be any pollution, we'd all have little bike trails, we'd all be so much fitter. You wouldn't have to work in factories making cars. I mean, the environment's the most important thing at the end of the day. And thinking about the fitness guys, you know, all the obesity problems at the moment, and there should be more urban parks like this one.
No, I quite enjoyed it. There was a lot of inquisitive people, and you know, everyone thought that I was doing a promotion for my coffee, which I wasn't.
Just from the people on the street, a lot of people were very supportive and said like, good on you, or yeah, great idea. Yeah, I'm a cyclist, I know like how crazy the roads are, things like that. So I think it was pretty good. The vibes from the people on the street were good in general, yeah.
I guess it all went bad when the Marrickville councilman came along, and this guy, I mean, I don't know, he had some chip on his shoulder, I'm not sure what, but you know, he obviously wanted to ruin our little thing, and we discussed with him and it was just impossible. He ended up calling the cops. Cops came, again, there were more discussions. We tried to just remain calm and keep doing what we were doing, which is, you know, just being normal, friendly people and using a park.
The information that I have is that police were notified of a group of people that had basically sat in a car parking space up on King Street, just up near the intersection of Church Street. It appears that a member of the public notified the police in relation to the incident, and the police have attended just to make sure that everything was in order and that there was no danger to any of the participants or any of the members of the public.
I don't really understand. I just gave up arguing with the cops at that stage. Basically, their first initial concern was for safety, and you know, I don't want anyone to get hurt, and I know how dangerous the roads are. I mean, I'm a cyclist. I normally cycle in the car door lane.
Well, no, I'd say that the reason why they were asked to move is just because of the danger they placed themselves by being on the road, and not having the appropriate safety equipment in place. Like you've also got to take into consideration, we look at occupational health and safety risk, that the organisers of these groups have also got to take into consideration the safety and well-being of the people involved in the public assembly.
Oh, absolutely, the roads are dangerous and because of cars, and the solution, there's got to be a better way. It will not work for much longer. There's obviously not enough roads and parking spaces now in Sydney for the amount of cars. So, I mean, if you think they sell an extra 1 million cars every year, where do they park?
In my opinion, you should remove the threat rather than the victims. So you should do something about the vehicles, not the people.
I think it's the luck of the draw. You know, if someone else had been a ranger today who had a bit more of a sense of humour and was not so grumpy, maybe the cops wouldn't have ever even been called, and it would have just been an interesting event.
I didn't expect the reaction to be as well, yeah, as bad as it was. I expected the council to show a bit more, sympathy and also actually embrace the cause a bit.
It was difficult to get the word out far, but my God, the word spread so quickly, and we had people emailing me, from all kind of cycle-related groups, coming on board, which was great. So we figure now that we've generated a spark and a bit of interest, in the future, if we get the word out there a little bit sooner, we'll have heaps of people, hopefully. We might be able to do multiple parks in different parts of the city on the same day.
Are you going to do it again?
Yeah, I reckon we should put a trailer with grass on top of it so we are actually a vehicle, and so they can't actually make the arguments about obstruction and people's safety, because we are just essentially a vehicle like another car.
I don't want our conversation